Hey everyone, Monkey here with our Disney Build Contest winners video. I promised everyone that I would do a quick video on displaying our top 3 winners for our Disney Build Contest. Other than watching them in the video here, don't forget you can come to our creative server by logging into the main server, typing in /hub, clicking creative, and that'll take you to our creative area here. And if you're not already in spawn, you can just type in /spawn, and then on the walls here you'll see warp signs that lead to all our previous and past contest winners of different contests that we've had. And the Disney Build Contest on the right side, we had to spread over here. So let's start with third place though, which was Tangled. It was built by Wilswo and company. I want to say Psycho Panda. Yep, also and Psycho Panda. Now we had a lot of entries into our Disney Build Contest. As you can see, we had quite a few, but we had a good top 3. I gotta say, we had a hard time judging, but we had a unique top 3 that took the prizes home. So this is third place. It's a Tangled build. It's kind of already explored. It was kind of an adventure map, so I don't really have an easy way to reset it, but we had a horse here that was for me and a horse here for Kai, and they were both named Maximus from the movie Tangled, and there's a special redstone door that I kind of mangled open, and we rode our horses out, and it was just kind of a whole adventure map leading through up to the tower here, and it was just a very unique experience, you know, rather than just your standard structure or just pixel art or 3D build in general. So we had a really fun time running through, exploring. I highly recommend logging in and actually running through it yourself. But you can see there's a lot of little details put into it, and a lot of little things that kind of refer to the movie and everything, especially if you've seen the movie all the way up to her tower. And it was just a really good build overall. It's had a lot of fun exploring and following along with the little adventure, and you got to have a crown as well in the beginning, which we've already hidden in the room here. But a lot of little references to the movie, and just overall, you can tell we had a lot of fun building it with Psycho Panda. So this is what earned them third place in the build contest. Now, second place is when it got really ramped up. Second place is Curiouser, which is a Alice in Wonderland build. I don't know if there's anything special in the book rather than the details. Yep, Curiouser and Curiouser, and this was built by Obsidian City and Shadow Comet. Yes, they've actually done very well in build contests in the past, so we expected no less from them this time around. And sure enough, they most certainly delivered. At first glance, you have a really cool tree with these little mushrooms and flowers, and overall just a really impressive tree build, which, you know, we liked. We thought was neat, especially compared to like our spawn tree. But then when we explored a little more, we found the hole in the side, which is where you actually enter the tree. And upon coming in, you get met by the Cheshire Cat, which is our first hint at Alice in Wonderland. And then we jump down the hole here. And then we wind up in the room where everything gets just a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, depending on how you look at it. We got the table over there, we got the drink me potion, then we've got Allison's Ocean of Tears, along with the Mr. Dodo from the movie. And if you've never seen Alice in Wonderland, it's obviously an all-time classic, so something you just have to see. And oh, there's the white rabbit. Have to follow here. Now we're in the flower forest area where everything's much bigger. All the flowers have faces just like the movie, which we thought was really creative. You have Caterpillar. I don't think he had a name. I don't remember. I think they just called him Caterpillar. Who are you? Little smoke bubbles. Just really creative. Just all the details put into it. Again, kind of like the third place build by Will Swo, the Tangled build. Just lots of details. We really like these little chairs on the dining room table with the teapot, and I'm sure the mouse is in here somewhere. And like all the banners, made little coverings for that. And then of course the Mad Hatter with his zombie hat. More tea. And let's see. Then we go through the maze forest. This way, that way, wrong way, over here, over there. The Queen's way. Let's see if we can find the Queen. I think he made it a little easy for us, following the path. That'll lead us out of the maze and right into the Queen of Hearts and her mini palace here with all her roses, her white roses that are painted red, or at least they look like maybe they're painted red. I don't know. And the little Queen of Hearts banners as well. So just overall, really, really creative build. We really like the details, how it started simple. And here's the little bird mallets for playing crochet, or croquet rather. And it's a really good build. We were really impressed by it. We loved all the details. And just so many little references to the movie. And of course, it's a classic Disney movie, so it was very neat. We had a couple other Alice in Wonderland builds, but they were, either a bit small, didn't have as much detail, so this one towered over the other builds for Alice in Wonderland for sure, and took home second place pretty easily. And then that brings us to first place, which I assure you this is pure coincidence. That this happens to make first place. Obviously, our server being labeled as a whole new world. Anybody that knows me and Kayoko fairly well knows that a whole new world is our song, kind of our wedding theme when we got married many years ago. But we remain unbiased, of course. We had quite a few Aladdin builds, like this palace here, which was actually really neat. But this really just was kind of neat. When we actually were watching this get built, and at first, we were kind of like, oh, okay, the Aladdin cover art, that's kind of neat. But we know there's programs out there that's pretty easy to take a picture, and it'll turn it into tell you what blocks to place and everything. So this was neat, but it definitely isn't what won us over. We just thought that was kind of neat. But then once all the entrances were done and we started judging, we got to see the whole thing for what it was, and instead of just being a poster, it was the actual VHS cassette tape. You can see this is the back of the tape. This is the binding right here, Aladdin, Disney, the lamp, and the front cover here. And on the inside, not only is there the VHS tape, but it's starting to disintegrate into little sand bits and into the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin, which looked really cool. We were really impressed by that alone. It just looked really neat. We've seen online and built before. We've seen different Caves of Wonders, and this one was a very well made one. I really like the lava and the fire here. It looked really neat. And then of course that wasn't it. There was a little more, even more detail added, I should say, into the cave here, where you could run in and you have the treasure room with all sorts of treasures and goodies. And you could run through here, and you could get into the pit, which is where Aladdin and Abu make their way with the do not touch ruby and switch. And then they had a little area where you could pop out a gold nugget. And this was created by the L7 Arc, inspired by Aladdin, naturally. And it was just a really cool, creative build. We really enjoyed it. It just had so many little details to it, and the Cave of Wonders and the VHS tape. That was just a really, really, really creative, something we've never seen before like that. I just thought I was kind of blown away by the uniqueness of the VHS tape and shriveling out into the Cave of Wonders itself. So we really enjoyed it. Really had a fun time. There was a lot of builds, some unfinished. Some that were just really neat, but either didn't get finished or didn't qualify for any reason. A few up houses as well that got built. So we had a lot of good entries. Really appreciate everyone joining in. We always love doing these contests, and Kayako loves making her spawns as well. And we really hope you guys had a good time building. We should have another contest coming up soon. We're hoping to vary up the contests so they're not always build contests. Uh, so look forward to that soon. Although we do have a lot of new big things coming up before 1.9 comes out, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, we hope you guys had fun in the contest. Congrats to the winners, and good luck in all future contests. Bye, Nuggets.